In this video, we'll talk about how to use the Offsprout Connector. The connector is a way to link elements on your page to the underlying page and site data. It's an incredibly powerful tool, especially when used with structures or globals. Let's take a look at the different bits of data that the connector can connect to, and then look at two different examples of the connector in action. So first, what can you connect to? Any text area field can use the connector, and as you can see, there are a bunch of different types of data that we can connect to. First, there's post data like post title and post date. Then, there's the author data like the author bio and the author's image. Next, we have a few utilities like current year, which is great for copyrights in the footer. We have company information that you enter either in the site grower or in the site settings. And finally, there are your social profile URLs, again entered in either the site grower or in site settings. You'll notice that some items have a configuration and some come as is. You'll also have the option to insert or to connect. Inserting allows you to use multiple connections in the same text area, while connecting simply turns the text area into the connection. There's one other way to connect data, and that's when we want to connect featured images. You can see here that images have a tab for featured, which will use that page's or post's featured image if set. In cases where the featured image is not set, we can save a fallback image by going to Site Settings, Site Content, Images, and uploading one in the featured image fallback. So let's look at our first connector example. Here, we're building a structure for blog posts. You can see that we have a hero area with an image, post title, and post date, but we've put that information in manually. Let's take a look at a blog post using this structure as is. See how the post title and post date are exactly what they were in the structure? We want to be able to use this structure for all blog posts, so that's not going to work. Instead, we can use the connector. So we'll connect the post title, then we'll connect the post date, and finally, we want the background image to be the featured image for the post, so let's connect that as well. Now, if we go back to our blog post, you can see that it's using all of the information from that particular post. Great, so let's look at another example. For this one, let's imagine we're building a website for a law firm. We want to be able to add a call to action at the end of all of our practice area pages that prompts the visitor to call the firm. In that call to action, we want to be able to say what day it is so that it looks to the visitor like someone is definitely available to take the call. And we want to reference the title of the page because that is the name of the practice area. To do this, we'll use the connector. So let's create our call to action. And then we'll save that as a global. Now, you can see when we go to the other practice areas like bankruptcy and add our global, it automatically adapts to the underlying page's data. And that's how you use the Offsprout connector. Offsprout. Don't just build websites, build your business.